Hey, yo, what is going on with it? Once again, bros, women, bronies, and Pegasus Otakus, Nikki Komodos out there. This is the one, the only, of course, Mr. Nintendo Sona Free 2011 aka Manny Wolverine. And of course, you guys are rest interest, not trust towards this channel. And I really don't have any like side stories or any rambling or bullshit or discussions to talk about before I start this video. So, as much as I don't want to sound like that faggot little piece of fucking shit Keemstar, let's jump right into the news. No, but seriously, let's just get right into it. So, as you can clearly see, the title up above and below your screen, wherever you're watching from, might be below if you're watching it on your Android, iPhone, iOS, smartphone, or your tablet or whatever, or laptop, what have you, game system, etc., etc. Wherever the hell you're watching me from, thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. You guys are awesome as fuck. Other than that, yeah, let's begin real quick and let's just jump right the hell into it because it's only less than 13 days, like less than 2 weeks before this fucking game comes out. So I'm trying to get as much information on it as I can. I might do another article session review, like one more about Crash Bandicoot NSane Trilogy, and after that I'll probably stop it and probably watch a lot of people do Let's Plays on them because obviously it's probably just going to be for the PS4. Even though granted I got PS4, but I don't know if it's going to be for PS4 Pro as well. Probably will. Other than that, yeah, let's begin. So, this one, oh my god, this one really freaked me the fuck out. And it's funny because I was kind of sort of thinking about doing a reaction review segment to this about Coco Bandicoot being the official full playable character, not just for Crash Bandicoot Warped, or aka the third part of the game, Crash Bandicoot Warped at the time. But she's also going to be playable in the first and second Crash games, which is funny because in the first one she didn't even exist yet. The second one is where they introduced where Naughty Dog and Activision decided to like introduce Coco Bandicoot because obvious reasons, unfortunately. Many people don't know, obviously, like the only reason that they even added Coco for the Crash Bandicoot 2 like game was because, you know, I guess, I don't know if it was a lot of fucking stupid ass religious bullshit fucking parents that were like, oh, like, because of Tanya Bandicoot or Tanya, however you say her name. Since, you know, obviously she was a big representation of like, not representation, I think she was like inspired to be created like Pamela Anderson or whatever, which obviously in the 90s, that chick was blowing the fuck up. I mean, almost every 90s kid, almost like me, we probably already fapped off to that bitch at that time. Possibly, I don't know. I didn't start fapping until I was like, I think 14 or something. I don't know, 13, 14. But other than that, yeah, let's just jump right the fuck into it. And then, oh, actually, no, wait. She became a controversy, so I guess Naughty Dog and like Activision decided to drop her to completely get her out of the game, and they ended up replacing her with another female girl, but a lot more child-like, family-friendly, which was Coco. I mean, if that wasn't the case, then Tanya probably would have been there through all three of the games, and then Coco Bandicoot would never existed. But other than that, we did end up seeing a cameo appearance for her later on. I think it was like, I don't know if it was Twinsanity, Mind Over Mutant, or Crash of the Titans. It was one of those three. I don't know. But other than that, yeah, let's begin. This one's a really short ass article. This one's from PlayStation Universe, which I've never ever heard about this article before, or this website before. So shout out to the person that made it. They actually have a little video, like a minute and a half video of like Coco Bandicoot gameplay. I already saw it myself, and I was blown the fuck away. I was really mind blown that she's not just gonna be in like 6 or 7 levels for Crash Bandicoot Warp, which was the third game, the installment. Because after that, she was able to be playable in other future Crash games, which was Crash Team Racing, Crash Bash, and of course Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. She had a little bit more of an important role in that one than she did in the other 3 Crash games. Other than that, yeah, let's begin. In this video, not this video, this article is from Zachary Linus on June 13, 2017. This is already June 19th, so I'm really late on this shit. So let's fucking begin. So it says, Crash Bandicoot NSane Trilogy will have a brand new feature allowing players to step into the role of Crash's sister, Coco, and play through all levels. And it goes on to say, Activision has just announced that an exciting new addition to the Crash Bandicoot NSane Trilogy game. For the first time ever, players will be able to enjoy all 3 of the games in full as Crash's sassy little sister, Coco. The siblings share the same basic abilities and play just like each other, but Coco's style and flair is what sets her apart from Crash. They can both use spin attacks, but while Crash holds his arms out like a twister, Coco lifts her leg up into the air and does a sort of ballerina swirl. Likewise, Where Crash performs a body slam on enemies, Coco sticks her feet straight out in front and slams down with her legs. Her idle animations are a good bit of fun too, like when she ignores the player who is ignoring her, in favor of playing on her laptop or phone. It is important to note that Coco is not immediately playable, but it's not difficult to unlock her. Simply defeat the first boss of each game to make her playable throughout the rest of that game. You can swap between the 2 and the hub world, but not in the mid-level. In addition to Coco's breakout performance, it has also been announced that the time trials, which were originally only introduced in Crash 3 Warped, will be available in all 3 titles, complete with the local and online leaderboards. And then this goes to show you how late as fuck I am with this, because E3 is already done. That was done like I think last week, Thursday or Friday. So it's been about probably like 3 days or whatever since it's been finished. If you're at E3 this week, Crash NSane Trilogy will be playable at Activision's booth in the South Hall lobby from June 13th through 15th. And both Crash and Coco will be playable there. If you would like more details, thanks to Activision and the developers at Vicarious Visions, check out the complete press release below. And it just goes, let's see. Huh. That's really weird as fuck. Oh well. Is this still from Crash? I'll let you guys read that other part of the article. I'm not sure if they're talking about the writer, the journalist themselves, or they're talking about the game still. So that part of the article you can read. So overall thoughts, views, and opinions. Like I said before, I'll say it again. It really, really fucking blew my mind that Coco Bandicoot is going to be a full playable character in all 3 of the games. Oh, and I remember I already heard about that whole relic thing being available in Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2, because in the original one, the original relics weren't released until Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped Edition. So that's really awesome as fuck. For a lot of you people that are speedrunners out there, you must have been jumping out of your fucking seats when you heard about that news, didn't you? But other than that, other overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I've seen how some of her attacks look. They look really, really funny, kind of flawless and fancy, sophisticated, fancy, like. And really, really funny as shit. I really hope to God they actually give her more voice actors or whatever, or they give a voice actor for that shit, because in the original Crash Bandicoot game, I'm not sure who the original female chick was that did Coco Bandicoot in Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. I'm not sure who it was, or in Crash Team Racing either, because I know there was voice actresses for her there, and I think the Wrath of Cortex maybe, because after the Wrath of Cortex I kind of stopped playing Crash Bandicoot after that, because not because I grew out of video gaming and stuff, because it was like what, in my freshman sophomore year when Crash of the Titans, or I think it was Crash Bandicoot Mind Over Mutant, one of those 3 came out, that I didn't really give a shit about those games because I didn't like Crash Bandicoot's design. Even though it still played the same way, it's just they changed a lot of mechanics I didn't really agree with too much. It was a platforming game still, it's just man, I did not like his design, man. And some of the mechanics that you were able to use, they changed it not for the better. It kind of changed it for the worse a little bit. Plus it was around that transitional period when a lot of FPS games like Call of Duty and Halo and fucking I don't know, I think Counter-Strike and even fucking Team Fortress, the first one before the second one was released, and Portal and all these other games, like even what was that other game? Not Time Splitters, but it was something like that. I know it was from Valve Studios, Half-Life. A lot of these FPS games started getting really big, which in the beginning, when I was like my sophomore, junior at that time in high school, I really didn't give a shit about those type of games due to personal reasons and just for the fact those games are way too hard as fuck for me to play, and I didn't really like that type of thing that they were going for. So at that time, I got a lot more into fighting games again, like I did when I was a 90s kid. Like those type of games, racing games, a couple RPG games out there, and what else? 1 or 2 puzzle games at that time. That's what we want. Those were the type of game title genres I was going into at that time. And then it wasn't until years later I got back into platforming again, and when all these indie games started coming out and all that shit. And then that official indie game that just came out last year, I think it was earlier this year, with Ukulele, which I was super hyped as fuck for, and I'm glad that they did that. Which was super awesome as fuck. Other than that, the only other thing I want to say about Coco Bandicoot's abilities, I mean, I wonder if they're going to be crazy and funny and rambunctious as much as it was for Crash Bandicoot, because I remember in the trailer she does the exact same dance, so she goes like, shoo, shoo, and then goes, do, 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 and then they do that little like turn, and then they go like that. That was really, really cool as fuck. I'm real, real happy they brought that. They had Coco Bandicoot do the exact same thing that their brother Crash did. That's a real nice little touch that Vicarious Visions did there. So shout out to those guys over there that made this shit possible. And last but not least, oh, and then there was like these limited edition. I really wish I had the money for it. They're probably gonna be worth over $100, maybe $200, $300, $500 at the most. Because they're a lot more better than the figurines that I got, and I did an opening of it. And if any of you guys didn't see it, I did it about last week Saturday, only like a day and a half, 2 days ago. So I'll leave the link in the description box down below if you want to see that yourself. It's not the Imagineer Skyliner one that I opened, but it looked really, really authentic as fuck, man. I think they showed Crash Bandicoot in his little scared position, or his original position, or the one where he goes, ah, like that. When like the sign in the Crash Bandicoot one, I think it was in that pose, when he's screaming out off the top of his lungs. He goes, wah, like that. And they're in that pose, but it's like in a 1080, 1280p, beautiful, sexy looking figurine there. It looks badass as fuck, man. I don't know if it's just going to be for Crash Bandicoot, and they might make one for Cortex too, but I think it's like a limited edition, and it's even like it's signed and certified, like it has a like certificate of authenticity that goes with it. It makes it a shit ton more valuable, and compared to the one that I got over at Walmart. But other than that, it looks really, really amazing as shit. Hopefully they make them for a whole bunch of other characters besides Crash. I would love to see one of one of my favorite boss enemies in Crash 1. Same with 2 and 3, which in Crash Bandicoot 1, my favorite enemies, actually it was 2 of them, was Ripperoo and like Pinstripe Patteroo. And then Crash Bandicoot 2 was definitely Tiny. I wasn't really crazy about the Komodo brothers or Engine. And in the Crash Bandicoot 3 one, Engine was a lot cooler. The second one, it was way too easy as shit to beat. What else? And then Crash 3, I know that's when they first introduced Entropy and Dingo Dial, which I liked Entropy a lot more. I felt like besides those two, they were kind of like equally challenging, but I liked his personality and his persona. It was really, really cool as fuck. But other than that, that's all I got to say for now. That's pretty much the end of this article. I rambled on long the hell enough. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and off-topic news this weekend, even though it came out last week Friday, I'm probably going to see it this week in the theaters, and might be one of the only 2-3 Latino dudes that end up going to see this. But since I live on the West Coast and some Hispanics, not all, not trying to get in a racial thing or whatever, but like to act black and all ghetto and stuff like that. Just like, not every black person, like some black people do, not all. I'm going to just make that really clear right now. Not every black person, but some black people. They like to act all ghetto and ratchet and hood and all that shit, and it's annoying as fuck. But in this case, it makes sense because they were being like a rapper, music artist, and shit like that. The Tupac movie, All Eyes on Me movie came out last week Friday, and I've been wanting to see the fuck out of that thing since it was announced last year, because I saw the Straight Outta Compton when it came out almost 2 years ago, and I got it on Blu-ray DVD. It's in the other side of my room. My roommate was borrowing it like yesterday or whatever. And I really want to see this fucking one. Hopefully it's not like the Resurrection one. It's just a big giant documentary of him. Hopefully it's like a full-fledged out movie because it looks cool as shit. And I just want to see how one of the most legendary, inspiring rappers were back in the day. Used to live that crazy-ass, insane, not just a gangster life, but he was one of the most legendary rappers of all time. Made him so much more different compared to all the shitty, stupid-ass mainstream media rappers that are out there nowadays. It's just all copycat little clone motherfuckers that just like have no talent, no originality or nothing. That's why I listen to a lot of underground hip hop. Plus it's kind of like mini nostalgic for me a little bit. Even though granted, he died when I was like, 6, 7 years old, a long time ago. Ironically, he died in the city where I'm living in, Las Vegas, which is insane. But it's before I moved to Vegas. It was until like, 8 years later until I moved out here. So I was still living in New York at that time when that happened. Plus I was like real too young to remember that shit. But yeah, this should be super interesting as fuck. Other than that, that's all I gotta say for now, and I'm done here. And it's already starting to get dark as shit, so I'm wrapping this shit up. Links in the description box down below. Card title on the side if any people want to read the article session on your own time. And I'm out of here. Peace out once again, bros, women, bronies, and Pegasus Otakus, and Ikikomodis out there. We'll see when I see you guys. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever you are at around the world. Don't drink smoke at the same time. Don't take them reckless. Keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it chill, keep it collective out there. And until that next time, guys, peace out, ladies and goodbye. Stay tuned, more videos coming soon. Brand new videos on this channel almost every single day. Stay in the grind, stay easy, stay safe, stay healthy, be easy, be yourself. Peace out. I'm myself, I'm gone and getting the hell out of here. Stay tuned more for your content channel. Stay tuned for more updates. And of course, as always, everyone stay safe, everyone. And stay tuned for more future content, commentary, and vlogs on the channel, such as Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, PC gaming news, and of course on this side of me, my anime and talk related, and of course video game related, article session reviews, and journalistic review readings as always. And of course on that side of the room over there, my overhyped reaction review segments for anything that's MLP and Pokemon fan animation related videos. And of course, as always, my Marvel DC action comedy movie trailers, video game trailers, and of course anime and talk related trailers on that side of the room again for my regular reaction review segments, and my overall video responses and rants. Peace out, this is goodbye. I will talk to all you guys next time. Take it easy. Peace out, stay safe, and happy early 4th of July if any people are going to be celebrating it, if any people live here in the United States, over here in America. And see you guys next time. Take it easy and goodbye.